Today we will start the chapter Retirement of a Partner, that is chapter number 6. Almost the adjustments are similar to admission. Instead of admitting a new partner, the existing partner will retire. I mean, he will be discontinuing from the firm, but the firm continues. So this is again next case of reconstitution of partnership. When we started the chapter admission, I had told you what is reconstitution, isn't it? What is reconstitution? The existing partnership will come to an end and a new partnership will be formed between the partners. So there will be a new profit sharing ratio, there will be a new agreement between the partners, so everything will change but the firm continues. So similarly, just like admission, now the partner is retiring, so this is next case of reconstitution. So we'll see in what all situations the existing partner can retire. How the existing partner can retire from the firm. One condition is if there is an agreement for his retirement. There should be an agreement between the partners, or if there is no written agreement, that means if there is no partnership deed, so no written agreement, but if all other partners agree, though there is no written agreement, if all other partners agree, this one can retire. Like if A, B, C are partners and B is retiring, if A and C agree for his retirement, B can retire from the firm. Then if partnership is at will, if it is based on will of the partners, B must give a written notice to other two partners, that is to A and C. And the partner who retires, in this example B is retiring and B will be referred as retiring partner, or we can call him as outgoing partner. A and C, A, B, C together will be termed as old partners, OLD. But now A and C can't be termed as old partners. When we call old partners, B also will be there. So A and C now to be termed as continuing partners. One is retiring, so other two will be termed as continuing partners, or they can be also called as remaining partners. Clear? So B is the retiring partner and A and C will be termed as continuing partners or remaining partners. Now, is the partner, that means is partner B, the retiring partner, liable for acts of the firm? We can discuss that particular topic under two ways. One is liability for acts of the firm before retirement and liability for acts of the firm after retirement. Is the partner, that means partner B, liable for acts of the firm before his retirement? What will be the answer? Yes, up to the date of his retirement. Suppose he is retiring on August 28th or August 30th. Up to the date of his retirement, he will be liable for acts of the firm. Understood? Now, even before retirement, he can be discharged from his liability if there is an agreement between B, then firm, and the person to whom we have to pay. That's a creditor or to whom we have to pay the money. So if there is an agreement between B, the firm or the other partners, other remaining partners, and to whom we have to pay, if all these people agree, B can be discharged from liability even before retirement. Otherwise, he will be liable till the date of his retirement. Then, second situation is liability after retirement. He retired on August 30th. Now, in the month of September and October, will he become liable for acts of the firm? Actually, yes. He will become liable for acts of the firm until a public notice is given to other two partners. That means here it is to A and C. Unless a public notice is given to A and C, partner B will be liable for acts of the firm even after his retirement. So he must provide a public notice to remaining partners, then only he will be discharged from the liability. So that's all about liability before retirement and liability after retirement. Now we'll see how to compute new ratio at the time of retirement. We have seen this computation at the time of admission. Computation of new ratio. You remember how did we compute new ratio in the chapter admission? What did we do there? Two methods were there. First method, when only old ratio and the share of incoming partner is given. What did we do there? We assumed total share as 1. We computed the remaining share. Then we distributed. Then second method, what we did there is, in the chapter admission, we applied the formula. So here also similarly we have two methods. First one, it's not like taking assumption. It's not admission. Make sure which chapter you are getting. When you get the question paper, read the question very carefully. Admission and retirement, almost adjustments are same. In this chapter also, we have to do revaluation, partner's capital and balance sheet. Then there is portion called adjustment of capital. Almost the topics are similar, but there is a slight difference in calculation of adjustment of capital. Then when you do partner's capital, slight difference is there, but majority it is similarities. We have both chapters. We have all these adjustments, workman compensation, IFR, all these will come in this chapter also. But make sure from which chapter you are getting the question for the board exam. So read your questions very carefully. Understood? Okay, so calculation of new ratio. Suppose it is given in the question like ABC are partners and they are sharing in the ratio 5:3:2. As in previous example, B retired from the firm. Compute new ratio. This is the question. Here there is no new partner, there is no new share. This is the question. ABC's old ratio is given. These are the old partners and we have to compute the new ratio. This is the question. If you get such a question, no need of applying any formula. What you have to do is just write off the retiring partner's share. B is retiring and retiring partner's share, take very carefully, that is 3. So what is the remaining? The ratio, the new ratio between A and C will be 5:2. Clear? That means you just have to strike off that retiring partner's share. Rest will be new ratio. No calculation, nothing. So this is first method. That's very easy. So that's first method. Second method is, they will give the old ratio. We'll take the same. Old ratio they will give. Retiring partner they will mention like B is retiring from the firm. Then one more additional information will be given like A and C will take B's share in the ratio 2:1. And now they are asking you to compute new ratio. So that is second method. Question is old ratio is there. Then how these continuing partners, see one of the partners retiring from the firm. What happens to other two partners A and C next year onwards? When profit is earned, it need to be divided only between A and C. So A and C is taking or gaining B's share also. Next year onwards, they will be getting B's share also. So they are gaining at the time of retirement. At the time of admission, what did we discuss there? Sacrificing. Because we have to pay. The old partners or the existing partners will be paying to the, will be sacrificing their share of profit in favor of new partner. Here it is the reverse. Don't get confused. Here means one of the partners is retiring from the firm and the continuing partners, it's not existing partners, it is continuing partners. Continuing partners will gain the share of retiring partner B. And that ratio is given here. The gaining ratio is given in the question. Did you all see this 2:1? This is the gaining ratio. We have old ratio, we have gaining ratio. So computation of new ratio now we have to do by applying the formula. You can't just strike off and take. If this was the only information, you can just strike off and take the new ratio. But now you have to apply the formula. So these are the two methods. It's very easy to identify. Then, okay, so gaining ratio here, it's given 2:1. And we understood we have to apply one formula to get the new ratio. What is the sacrificing ratio formula that you studied earlier? Sacrificing ratio, from the same thing you can get all these formula. No need to study anything new. So sacrificing ratio is equal to, what did we learn? Old ratio minus new ratio. Isn't it? Instead of sacrificing ratio, in this chapter we are discussing gaining ratio. The ratio in which the continuing partners or remaining partners gain the share of retiring partner. That's the meaning of gaining ratio. So gaining ratio is equal to, it's the reverse. New ratio minus old ratio. So after studying both the chapters, you might get confused between these two formula. Instead of sacrificing, you might compute gaining ratio formula. So for you to remember the gaining formula, or anyone, gain is what you have to remember. I mean, this will be easier for you to remember. Study it as no gain. No gain, or gain is equal to no. No means new ratio minus old ratio. So if you learn one, if you by heart one, so the other thing you can write the reverse. Just study only one formula. I mean, by heart only one formula. How you have to remember is no gain. You just say no gain. No gain means formula is new ratio minus old ratio. Last year when I told them no gain, everybody remembered the formula, but one of the students applied like this. But the symbol here is, when you say no gain, the symbol here is minus. That you must remember. Don't add these two. Understood? So no gain, new ratio minus old ratio. That's a formula for gaining ratio. So if this is the formula for gaining ratio, so in this chapter we don't need sacrificing ratio. If this is a formula for gaining ratio, from the same thing we can write the formula for new ratio. What will be the formula for new ratio? Just take this old ratio to the opposite side. So this will be gaining ratio plus old ratio. So now we got the formula for new ratio. It is gaining ratio plus old ratio. Everything we derived from the formula that we studied in the previous chapter. Nothing we studied new. So it is gaining ratio plus old ratio is equal to new ratio. So we will have to apply this formula in this particular question, because old ratio is there, gaining ratio is also there. Okay. So we will do one problem under this method. The first method is easy. You just have to strike off and take. So the second method, we will first work out illustration number 2. Illustration 2. A, B and C are partners sharing profits and losses in the ratio 5:3:2. B retires. His profit share is taken by, okay, B is retiring, and what is his share? 5:3:2 is the ratio. B's share or B's proportion will be 3/10. The proportion, B's proportion. And this proportion is taken by A and C in the ratio 2:1. So what is the meaning of this? A and C is taking B's share in this particular ratio, means this is the gaining ratio. Understood? So this is the gaining ratio, and we have to compute the new ratio between partners. So in this question, can we just strike off and take the answer? That's not applicable here, because gaining ratio is specifically given. So we'll apply the formula. Don't forget to write the formula. So started with the formula. New ratio is equal to the gaining ratio formula, you know, isn't it? What is it? No gain. It's new ratio minus old ratio. From the same thing, you take the formula for new ratio. No need to by heart anything. Gaining ratio plus old ratio. And you remember in the last chapter, what did I tell you? When you compute new ratio or new share, individually you have to compute. So A's new share will be equal to, when you write A's new share, what you have to do? You have to take the proportion. Don't take the ratio directly. Individually, when you do problems, last chapter also I told you, you have to take the proportions. So here, the proportion, gaining proportion of A you need first. Okay, gaining proportion of A. Now you just see the question. Gaining proportion of A, will you simply write 2 by 3? Is that the gaining proportion of A? No. A is taking 2 by 3 of 3 by 10. Understood? This is B's share which A and C will take in this particular ratio. That means A is taking 2 by 3 of B's share, that is 3 by 10. So gaining proportion of A, when you write, if you simply write 2 by 3, it's wrong. Your answer will go wrong. What you have to do is, last chapter also we did the same thing. 2 by 3 of his proportion. The sentence, the question itself says, his share is taken by A and C in the ratio 2:1. The gaining ratio is 2:1, but the gaining proportion is not 2 by 3 and 1 by 3. What is the gaining proportion? 2 by 3 of 3 by 10. Then for C it will be 1 by 3 of 3 by 10, because both are taking B's share. So now we will do the calculation. Gaining proportion, it will be 2 by 3 of means into 3 by 10. This is the gaining proportion, plus you have to add one more, that is the old ratio. What is A's old ratio? Now see this, A's old ratio means you have to take the proportion now. 5 by, will you take 5 by 7 or should we take 5 by 10? The old proportion, when you take, it is 5 by 10 itself. Why it is 5 by 10? Old ratio means all three were there. Later only the partner B retired. So old ratio or old proportion, when you take, add all these three. Don't make mistake there. It is 5 by 10. All three must be added. So 5 by 10. So now you can do the calculation. It is 6 by 30 plus 5 by 10. So make it to the common base. It will be 21 by 30. Okay. Then we have to compute B's new share. The same thing we will apply. B's proportion is, what is B's proportion here? 1 by 3, isn't it? 1 by 3 of 3 by 10. So it is 3 by 30. That's the gaining proportion. With that you add the old ratio. What is the old ratio? 5:3:2. Yes. So it is 2 by 10. So it will be 3 by 30 plus 2 by 10. Make it to the common base. 9 by 30. So now the new ratio between the partners will be 21:9, or you can make it to the simplest form possible. You write it as 7:3. Do we have any other information? No. Yes. So that is the final ratio. I mean, this is the, you can write like this. This is the new ratio between A and C. Understood? What did we do? We just applied the formula. But while you apply the formula, be very careful while you take this gaining proportion. If you simply take 1 by 3 and 2 by 3, the calculation will go wrong. So gaining proportion means you have to multiply it by the retiring partner's share. We'll work out next question, that is illustration number 3. It's almost similar, but we'll do that. Illustration number 3. A, B and C are partners. See, these type of questions are also important. For 2 marks, you will be getting these type of questions. So don't make mistakes in these calculations. A, B and C are partners sharing profits in the ratio. It's given. B retires. His share is taken by C. That's the difference here. B is retiring and his share is taken only by C. In previous question, both A and C were taking. Calculate new ratio of A and C. Okay, the old ratio is 2:1, right? Yes. And B is retiring. His share is being taken only by C. So again, we have to get the new ratio. Don't use short forms. When you write the entire term. New ratio is equal to gaining ratio plus old ratio. And here, A's new share will be equal to, okay, A's new share. Is there any change in A's new share? No, because A is not getting anything. So A's new share will be equal to A's old ratio because there is no gaining ratio for A. So we can write it as 2/5. The old share itself we'll write. Then the next partner is C. C's new share is equal to, what is C's gaining proportion? Okay, what will be C's gaining share? C's gaining share will be equal to B's share because C is taking, okay, because C is taking B's share. So what C gain will be equal to, what is B's share? B's share here is 2/5 plus the old share of C is 1/5. This is 3/5 now. The final new ratio between A and C, that is write in the order of their names. Don't write 3:2 after doing all these calculations. Don't make mistake here. Don't write 3:2 as the answer. That is A:C. That is the order of their names. So you must write 2:3. Okay. I'll just explain now. What we did is illustration 3. I'll explain illustration 6. A, B, C partners, their ratio is given. Ratio is given means the proportions are given. Ratio is not directly given. 1/2, 3/10, 1/5. If you want, you can make the base as same. You can get the ratio between partners. B retires and A and C agreed to share future profits in the ratio 3:2 and you have to compute the gaining ratio. Okay, the question is to compute the gaining ratio, not the new ratio. So what's the formula you are going to apply? Gaining ratio is equal to, gain is equal to no. So new ratio minus old ratio. This formula we have to apply in this question. Okay. We have old ratios. We have new ratios. You just have to apply. I'll just show for one of the partners, that is A. A's gain is equal to, you have to take the proportions. What is A's new proportion? A's new proportion is 3/5 minus what is A's old proportion? A's old proportion is 1/2. You can just cross multiply and take the answer or make the base as same. Both ways you can do. So 1/10 will be A's gain. Similarly, you have to do, who's the other partner? C, right? B is retiring. Yes, so C's gain also you have to compute. Then finally write the gaining ratio. Here we just applied the formula. And while you applied the formula, did you notice this? 1/2 that was directly given in the question. Because in this question, we don't have old ratio. Old proportions are given. And it is not necessary that you need to convert it into ratio. Because while you do problem, again what we take is just the proportions. So old ratio we don't need, only the old proportions we need. Okay. So you can directly take that proportion and compute the answer. Now illustration 5. Okay, just see illustration 5. The question is to compute the new ratio. No need to do that, just listen. 5:3:2 is given. Partner A is retiring from the firm. Compute the gaining ratio, compute the new ratio also. If this is the question, can we apply any formula to get the new ratio or should we apply? No, because we have only the old ratio. If this is the case, what did we discuss? We have to just strike off the retiring partner and then we'll get the new ratio as raised to 2. Now what about the gaining ratio? What is the formula? It is no gain. New ratio minus old ratio. Do we have new ratio now? Yes. Do we have old ratio? Yes. So you can apply the formula new ratio minus old ratio, but it is not needed. No need to waste your time by applying the formula and doing calculations. What you can do is, in this particular case, only in this situation, gaining ratio will be same as new ratio. That means you just have to strike off and take the remaining. That will be the new ratio. The gaining ratio will be also same, raised to 2. Only in this situation. In previous case, we had to apply because we have how the other partners are gaining. The gaining proportion or the hint regarding gaining is given. In that question, don't go and do like this. Understood? If you have only old ratio in the question, the new ratio and gaining ratio will be same. How will you take the answer? Just strike off the retiring partners. Only in this case. Okay. So that illustration 5 is based on that. No need to do that. You just go through that. That's easy. Illustration number 10 we'll do now. Illustration 10. Channi, Manu and Amar are partners. Their ratio is given. Amar retires. Channi acquires 4/9 of Amar's share. Channi acquires means, I'll write C. C's gain is given there. Isn't it? Channi is acquiring means he is gaining something. What is he gaining? So that time itself you write in the form of an equation. While you read the question itself, write in the form of an equation. What is his gain? 4/9 of means what will you do? Into Amar's share. Amar's share is 2/9. Okay, so 4/9 into 2/9. So we'll get it as 8/81. So now we got C's gain or Channi's gain. Then balance is acquired by what is the name? Money. Yes. So M's gain is equal to, it's not specified what is his gain. It's only said balance is acquired. 4/9 of the retiring partner here is Amar. Amar's share is taken by C. How will take the remaining? If 4/9 is being taken from Amar, the balance will be 1 minus 4/9. Clear? The calculation is 1 minus 4/9. So what is 1 minus 4/9? It's 9 minus 4, 5/9. So balance is 5/9 of Amar's share. Amar's share there is no change, 2/9 itself. So 5/9 of Amar's share 2/9 will be the gain of M. I hope you all understood this. 4/9 of his share is being taken by C. So what is the balance? How will you take the balance? If 4/9 is being taken by C, the balance will be 1 minus 4/9. Whenever you want to compute something, you have to take the whole as 1, remaining. To compute the remaining proportion, assume the whole as 1. 1 minus 4/9, we got the remaining. Don't simply write 5/9 as M's gain. 5/9 of Amar's share. Amar's share is 2/9, that is being taken by M. So these are the gaining proportions, or now we got the gaining ratio. The question is to compute new ratio and gaining ratio. We got the gaining ratios now. So what is the gaining ratio you are going to write? Gaining ratio between whose name is written first, Channi's name. So write in that order itself. It is 8:10. If you want, you can make it to the lowest form. You can write it as 4:5. So that is the gaining ratio between Channi and Mani. Then we have to compute new ratio also. Gaining ratio we got, new ratio also we have to compute. Can we just take gaining and new ratio as same in this question? No, only in that first case, only if you have old ratio in the question, you can do both as same, gaining ratio and new ratio as same. Otherwise, what you will do? Getting the new ratio, you have to apply the formula, that is gaining ratio plus old ratio. Here you have to apply the formula. So new ratio of Shani will be, C's new share will be equal to, what is C's gaining ratio? It is 4:5, but don't take 4 by 9 as the proportion. The proportion is this. The gaining proportion is 8/81. The gaining ratio is 4:5, but the proportion is what you have to take. And the old ratio, what's the old proportion of that partner? 4/9. So it is 36 plus 8, 44/81. Then Mani's new share will be equal to, what is Mani's gaining proportion? 10/81. Take the proportion, not the ratio. Plus his old ratio is, Mani's old ratio is 3/9. So that is 37/81. Finally, your new ratio between Shani and Mani, it is 44:37. So that is the new ratio between partners. We already computed the gaining ratio, double line both these answers. So now we have new ratio also.